The Clarity Act will make ZBCN explode. Now, if you take a look at the overall macro of the market, I know a lot of people focus on TA a lot. I'm more focused on the news and the psychology of the market. My best trades have come from, just knowing a little bit of TA, but mostly focusing on the psychology of the market, paying super close attention to the fear and greed index, right? When we're at peak fear, that's my indication to buy. Even if the prices drop lower, I DCA. And when we're at greed or extreme greed, that's my time to take profits, right? And, I will definitely tell you guys, hey, now's a good time to take profits. I will say that, right? It may get dislikes whenever the coins start going up again, whenever that takes place. But I will say that and be real with y'all, So the Clarity Act is one of the, I think catalysts that will, change this market from being the most terrible market that we've seen. And I've been here in the 2022 bear market. These past 7 months in the market have been horrendous. Like, unlike anything I've seen, man. And I don't know if it's because, it's happening recently that it feels like it's recency bias. But it doesn't feel like that, man. In 2022, the market just didn't feel this terrible. And like I said, the fear and greed index shows it, because the fear and greed got to like a 5. And we've never seen that since 2019, right? I wasn't even in the market, all the way back in 2019. I was not, right? So, like I said, there's going to be catalysts, I think, that, brings the market back to its former glory. I think the Clarity Act is one of those catalysts. I think the new Federal Reserve chairman will be one of those catalysts. I think QE also will be one of those catalysts, right? And when that takes place, projects like ZBCN that have sustained their floors in this market, they have not, completely bled against Bitcoin. They have shown strength against Bitcoin and on their Bitcoin peers. I think those types of projects will have great upside in the future. How much upside? Obviously, no one knows, but I think great upside, right? So the U.S. stands, this is from the SEC chair, 34th chair of the SEC, Paul Atkins. The U.S. stands as a crypto capital of the world, with transparency and innovation leading the way at Congress. As Congress works to pass the Clarity Act, Chairman Selig and I will provide a bridge towards this landmark legislation, ensuring clarity and certainty for innovators and investors. We have a video as well, right, with Paul Atkins speaking on the Senate floor.
Token taxonomy. We put forward frameworks on this in the House. I know the SEC is engaged in this. There's obviously overlap with the CFTC. Can you provide clarity as to where you are on that work?
Yes, so I've outlined how I believe that the two agencies will march ahead to bring clarity to this area. It'll be consonant with what's in the Clarity Act that you all passed here in the House, and hopefully what will come out of the joint work that you're doing with the Senate. So, we will carry that forward, and basically it'll help give certainty as to where the jurisdiction of the two agencies are, and if we marry them.
Also, just before we go any further, this channel has a giveaway of 1 million Shiba tokens. To enter, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, like this video, and comment hashtag Shiba Inu. Good luck.
That with Super, I like to talk about a super app where we'll have recognition of substituted compliance between the two agencies. I think that'll be the best.
And there you go, guys. Like, that's what they're working towards. I know a lot of people, right, have their doubts on what this administration has done so far when it comes to crypto. And, they're saying it's the administration's fault that it's, not the, boom and bull cycle that we expected, right? The euphoric 2025 did not happen. Alt season did not happen. But I think it takes time. I think everything takes time, right? We have a very restrictive Federal Reserve with high interest rates still. Jerome Powell does not want to lower interest rates. I've never seen a bull run with high interest rates that is sustainable, right? We have retail interest at near zero and it's going into the negative. People are consistently leaving the market. If you're still here, that is just in itself, even if you're not positioned and you're sidelined, just being here in these type of conditions puts you way ahead of the typical retail investor, because they're gonna come in at the top of whenever the next top is, right? That's when they come into the market, and you're here before that, right? We're going to enter a different phase, a new paradigm for the market with easing in the market, right? Clarity Act, full-on regulation. It's gonna be, in my opinion, one of the better times to make money in the space. When does it start? I don't know. I don't know, but the Clarity Act is the catalyst for projects like ZBCN and others to do well, right? So right here from Learning Crypto, the Clarity Act is stalled because banks are terrified you'll earn more than 0.5% on your money, right? And of course, the big banks don't want their industry to be replaced, and that's what crypto is doing, replacing the big banks. They don't want that to be replaced, so they're going to push back on this as much as they can. They want to ban stablecoin yields while they pocket the spread themselves. This was never about consumer protection. This was about protecting their deposit money, monopoly. Same banks that blew up in 2008, same playbook, right? And right here, we have a breakdown of the Clarity Act. What is the Clarity Act? The Clarity Act is a groundbreaking piece of legislation that aims to bring clear, structured regulation to digital assets, including crypto, stablecoins, and blockchain-based tokens. It's passed the House in July 2025 and the Senate in January 2026 and is now awaiting the President's signature to become law. The law streamlines how digital assets are classified and regulated, finally ending years of confusion and uncertainty in the crypto industry. And here we have a diagram breaking down everything that you need to know about the Clarity Act, guys. And I'm telling you, like I said, I think this is going to be one of the catalysts, right? Believe it or not, because people are going to be like, oh, that doesn't matter, right? Because prices aren't going up right now. I really can't understand the mindset of an investor in the space. You're supposed to buy when it's fearful. Warren Buffett, multi-billionaire, says be greedy when others are fearful. Are we fearful right now? We are at the fear and greed is at extreme fear at 5, not seen since 2019. That sounds pretty fearful to me. Even if we do drop lower, get some exposure, man. And it doesn't have to be a lot. It could just be $1,000 into the market, right? That's it. That $1,000 could become 10 to 20 to 50 to 100K if you trade on a long enough time horizon, right? So here's the diagram. I love the breakdown. And finally from Crypto Wendy O, Paul Atkins says the SEC is preparing a token taxonomy guidance tied to the Clarity Act and reaffirmed that the U.S. aims to lead as a global crypto capital through clear rules and innovation, right? And if we take a look at Zebec right now, ZBCN, it's under 2002 right now. Again, great time to buy. Someone, I can't remember their name because there's so many people that comment, and a lot of bots as well. YouTube needs to fix the bots, right? But they said, from when I spoke about the video, ZBCN is down 10%. But if you look at the overall chart of ZBCN, take a look at projects like Polkadot, man. They're just going down. They're making lower lows. Look at Atom, for example, right? I don't want to talk about other projects. This is not an Atom video. But look at their overall chart, right? Look at the chart. They're making lower lows. This thing looks like it's just going to keep falling off a cliff, right? If it stopped at $2.90, $2.80, 38 cents, it'd have been fine. But it's making new lows, right? I don't think a lot of these coins will survive. And here's another reason why, because it has a max supply, an infinite supply, similar to what Solana has, an infinite supply. ZBCN, like I said, some of the best tokenomics in the space. Full supply is out. 98% of the supply is out. It has not made a new low, right? It's still holding up at above its 2x from its previous low. It's still 2x up from the low. And as long as it could maintain this structure before we enter the next bull cycle, oh my gosh, I think it's going to explode, man. I think this is going to be a great altcoin. I could be wrong, but this is why I say never invest more than you're willing to lose. Just 100,000 ZBCN right now is just $200, and that $200 could potentially become 10 to 20,000. I think that's a good bet to make. If you do lose the $200, at least you're not, gonna be in debt. It's not gonna be like you're gonna be like, oh, crypto ruined my life. Oh, I knew I should have never invested, right? People end up in those scenarios because they invest more than they're willing to lose, and they don't take profits into stable coins. When people say take profits into stable coins. That way, don't take profits into the underlying asset. For example, ZBCN is on Solana, right? Don't take profits in the underlying asset. Take profits into stable coins, right? That way you don't lose any value. Say your $200 becomes 5 to 10,000 on ZBCN in the future. You take some profits into USDC. I don't know about Tether. I don't trust Tether, right? I do not trust USDT. You take profits into USDC. That way you never lose any value on your profits, right? That's how you do it, man. That's how you keep your portfolio in good standing, right? Let's take a look at some tweets. So ZBCN right now from Simon Babakani Zebec at XRP Las Vegas. Interesting. So he is attending XRP Las Vegas. David Schwartz, Simon Babakani. There you go. So the one of the founders of the ZBCN is attending, Ripple events, XRP events, right? That is extremely bullish. Zebec in the XRP ecosystem room. That's interesting. Real-time finance meets institutional rails. Watching closely. Now, what is also a good idea for the Zebec team? I don't know if they see this or somebody in the community could point this to them. Instead of just being on Solana, maybe they could get some liquidity on the XRPL. I don't know how technical and how difficult that will be, but maybe they get some liquidity on the XRP ledger and on Base or Ethereum as well, or BNB as well, right? That way, whales from all these different on-chain networks could purchase ZBCN on these different networks, right? That'd be very, just easier access for people to buy, or just get the tier ones, because most people just buy on the tier ones, right? ZBCN, it's coming. IRL card for AI agents. Wow, IRL card for AI agents. Zebec is the first mover taking agent wallet infrastructure to the next level, empowering AI agents to operate both in the physical and digital world seamlessly. That is interesting. You see, AI agents have taken off, man. All of my timeline, I'm seeing people use this new AI video generation tool called C-Dance, and all of the AI generation tools that they're making looks like movie level quality, Netflix level, like things that you go pay in the theaters for, right? And this is just in one prompt or two. This AI is advancing a ton, and Zebec diving into AI as well with its RWA platform is a very smart move, right? So from Ghost, that's all I'm gonna say. Still don't see the connection between ZBCN and XRP. Watch this and you will. So this is Sam Tapalia, another co-founder of ZBCN, and he's liking a tweet between ZBCN and XRP. That is very bullish, okay? That's very bullish. B-Rocket, first the infrastructure activates, then the network charges, then the world connects. Zebec is already in motion, ZBCN. Now, this is the thing about ZBCN, right? Like I said, the audience of ZBCN is the same audience that XRP has, and HBAR, XLM, QNT, Algorand. A lot of people love Algo. That's the type of investors you find with ZBCN, right? And these are the long-term investors, the long-term holders that are holding for years, right? They believe in the crypto space. They believe that, these types of protocols that are ISO compliant will replace the previous financial system for a new financial system, right? And ZBCN is one of those projects that, fits that mold, right? And it's delivering as well, too, right? So final tweet from Crypto Murray. It's absolutely boggles my mind how many people are sleeping on ZBCN. With just a little research, you can't help it. It will blow your mind. Such an obvious play. Your future is sitting right in front of you. Just grab a little or a lot. It's up to you, ZBCN. Okay, and that's pretty much what I'm saying, right? I'm never telling you guys to overinvest. Like I said, I'm not telling you to put 10 to 50K to 100K into these coins, and then you be in my comment section, oh, you wrecked me, crypto spaces, I lost everything. I'm not telling you that. I'm not. Just telling you to invest, just have some exposure to these coins. $1,000 or less, maybe 2,000 if you want a million ZBCN. I get that, but an amount that you could make back, not an amount that's going to put you in debt or, make you have to take out a loan for months, right? No, don't invest like that into this market. It's too unpredictable to invest like that, right? So ZBCN in a great spot. Like I said, I think the Clarity Act is going to be one of the catalysts that helps the success of ZBCN and other assets as well, digital assets as well. And as always, none of this is financial advice. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share the videos, join my Discord. Link to that is in the description, and go and support the Clips channel. Subscribe to that as well, where I post short videos on the videos I make in general to help support the brand of crypto spaces, guys. So thank you so much. I'll catch you in the next one.